The thought of smoke and flames in your home, it's really a nightmare for so many people. But that is why we have Fire Prevention Week. It really aims to get all of us prepared on how to better respond and stay safe if a fire is to break out. So this week, we're bringing on some experts for you to help us all be more aware and better prepared.
And joining us today is Travis County Fire Marshal Gary Howell. Gary, thank you for being here and taking the time.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, such an important topic, but just remind everyone out there, what are some of the most common causes of fire at their homes?
So some of the things that we see typically is cooking fires. Unattended cooking fires is the #1 cause of home fires. And then we also see unattended smoking materials or smoking materials not disposed of properly, cooking fires on the external, like barbecuing, not paying attention, electrical fires, things of those nature, the things that we see a lot of.
What are some ways that people can prevent those specific types of fires? I know there's probably a different approach for each of the things you just mentioned.
Sure. I think the first thing is just having a state of mind knowing that a fire could happen, right? That it could occur in your house. And then, having a plan for that. And then the number one thing that we see is smoke detectors. Having a operable smoke detector, and we want to make sure everybody in our listening knows that they need to look around and make sure they have a working smoke detector, and that it operates. We see them, we find them, when there's a fire, we find them with the batteries out, find them with the batteries not operable. And one of the things that we found is like 60% of the fire deaths that occur in homes occur where there's not a working smoke detector. So it's very important to have one of those. And then to have a plan, have a meeting place. Another great one would be to make sure when you sleep at night, most of these deaths occur at night, close your door. It's a night and day difference between a fire in a bedroom with the door open versus the door closed. So those are some great tips that you could take away.
Yeah, now is maybe a really great time to make sure that your fire alarms and smoke alarms are working. This is a good chance to do that.
Yes.
But in addition to this, we have seen such dry conditions out there. We haven't had any traceable rain since, I believe, September 4th. So what kinds of preparations should people do to get ready for those?
Okay, we're really getting into the dry season now. I mean, September 4th, like you said, the county we have a burn ban in place. We've had one for several weeks now. That burn ban helps open fires, like people from burning trash and control burns. We want people to be safe, and we want them to be able to cook outside and do the activities that we love to do in this area. Some of the things that I would really ask for is just be safe. Make sure your car's mechanically running correct. The brakes are good, and if you're pulling a trailer, make sure that you don't have the chains dragging. And then also, I see it a lot too, people discarding cigarettes out the window, like, come on, it's that dry. We could have fires just from those types of activities.
And it's an important reminder for people that something you think is small could turn into something very big.
Right, correct. And what's going on now with the weather is we're starting to see these fronts come through and the humidity's dropping. And when you have the low humidity, the dry conditions, you're having this recipe that really allows fire to really grow and move. If we have the wind, it will move quickly. And, that's some issues that we could have.
We know a big part of fire safety is planning. You've said it several times. So talk to us about, for people at home who are wanting to make that plan with their loved ones, their family, make a plan for their pets even, what are some tips that you'd give people for what should be in that plan?
So I think first off is having two ways out of your home, all right? Having a meeting place. And pets are always one of those things, everybody, their pets are their family, and pets tend to run and hide. And, I will say this, that I would probably go after my pets, but I would look for people, if you have the time to get out, and if you do the things like close your door and have the smoke alarm, that gives you that time that you need to get out. Gives you that early warning. It's the first line of defense. Take that moment to get out, and once you're out, stay out. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we see. Once you exit the building and the house is on fire, don't go back in. Don't go back in for anything, and let the fire department come. Let them do let them do their job.
Yeah, we so appreciate you sharing this advice and these tips for people, and hopefully everyone at home will heed those. But Travis County Fire Marshal Gary Howell, we appreciate you being here again.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we will send it to break, and we'll be back after this.